Hello there, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service, and we're going to do a tutorial on the Superman Nymph. This is one of the superhero series from Vince Wilcox that was in the winter 2009 issue of Fly Tire magazine. So I'm going to run down the ingredients for you. The hook is a Mustad C49. We're doing this one on a 12. The head is gunmetal, brass, or of course you could use tungsten if you wanted to. Using brass, if you wanted to sink quicker, you can put a couple turns of lead in it. The thread is black 70 denier. I'm using Danville Flymaster. Abdomen is blue Ultrawire, and for this size I'm using medium. The Wingcase is Fuchsia holographic tinsel, and I'm using the Vevus HO8 in medium. The Thorax is UV ice dub, excuse me, and I'm using the Kingfisher blue from Hareline. The legs are blue micro tubing, and the collar is UV ice dub, and I'm using the hen's black UV ice dub. So first step here is to put your bead on your hook. The bead is a 2.8 millimeter gunmetal brass bead, and when I put beads on, I use a pair of needle nose pliers, and I just pick the bead up, and then I hold it over my bench in case I drop the bead, which I just did, and I thread the bead onto the hook. Now, sometimes a hook will turn in your grasp, and you just got to be patient with it. Sometimes the bead turns, sometimes the hook turns. Sometimes it's a real pain in the fanny to get everything to work right. There we go. So once you got the bead threaded on there, go ahead and get it mounted. Okay, I'm going to use some 140 denier thread to start with. You're not going to be able to see this on the finished fly, so next is your blue Ultrawire. And I tuck the Ultrawire in under the bead till it sticks out a little bit, and then I pull it back so that it's just inside the bead. And then I turn the thread on. Hold the wire down, a couple of half hitches. Bring my bobbin cradle over. Now comes the fun part, is getting the wire on so that each wrap touches. And then just lash your wire down. And then I use a pair of very old scissors. Snip that wire off. Take a couple more turns. And I put a little whip finish on there, because I'm done with this thread now. And then I'm going to put a little dot of super glue on there. I get this super glue at the Dollar General store or dollar store. It's you get two for $1. I was just blowing on the super glue so it gets, you know, set up. So now that I've done that, I go ahead and tie back in with my black 70 denier Danville Flymaster, and I run the thread back to the very apex of the bend of the hook, usually about maybe 2 bead widths back, somewhere in that general vicinity. Now comes my Fuchsia Wingcase. Again, it's the Vevus 08 Fuchsia in medium. You want to put that Wingcase part on at an about a 60-degree angle or so with to the shank. You could just use one strand and bend it back, but I found it doesn't work very well doing that. It doesn't give you the flat appearance. See how that's flat? That's what you're looking for. And then this is your fold over. And you want to trim that off at about 1 inch back. You're going to have a little bit of waste here, but as you go, you'll be able to kind of guess better as to where you can trim it off where you don't have as much waste. Wet your thread with a little saliva. I don't do thread wax, dubbing wax. Every now and again I do, and when I do, I use beeswax that I get for $1 a pound from the apiary. Get your little rope twisted on. And then you stop your thread in the middle and turn your fly over. Excuse me. Next comes the fun part, is getting these legs on. This your micro tubing. you have to tie an overhand knot in the end of each leg, which can be challenging because it's so small to work with. There we go. And you got that big tag in there, just cut that off so that the front part of your leg is about 1/8 of an inch long, maybe a little shorter. Use a pinch wrap. Take a couple turns, and you want your front and back legs to be about even. So there's one. And you kind of want them on the sides. That's why you turn it over. And you just kind of manipulate it around till you get it where you want it. Just make sure that when you're trimming your legs off, you don't trim your wing case. And you want a little bit more thorax in there, abdomen. Yeah, I guess it's abdomen. No, it's thorax. But basically, you just want to cover that thread up. And bring that forward. Flip over your back wing case over. Trim that off, and then you can use that for something else after a bit. Get your black for your collar. Just twist that on. Okay, and then I like to use a wet whip on this, and I'm going to use some Solaris UV. Get my little whip finisher. Pull those legs back out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take that off. Hold your whip finisher up and pull your thumb over so that you don't catch your legs. And then just hit that with the light. And there you go. The Superman Nymph. And that didn't turn out near as clear as I hoped it would. I hope this has been helpful for you. This has been George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. Please like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can find this and many more little bug tutorials on the website at www.custom Custom-Tide. That's CUSTOM dash Tide, TIED. Have a splash, don't forget the dash. You can also find us on Facebook at the Virtual Fly Shop by searching Custom Tire, that's TYER 02. Happy tying!